Welcome to the turntable with D Money, Ari Styles, and Shiki on Active FM, where radio has never been better.
As I said, I am Ari Styles, and this is the turntable where we keep you learned and get you turned.
And I'm D Money, and we'll be bringing you the facts, bringing you the tracks. Okay, so guys, today we got another great show coming up. We will be discussing rappers turned actors.
Or Raptors.
Rappers.
Repectors.
You're adding too many syllables in there.
Repectors.
So there's quite a few rappers.
A lot of them have doubled and doubled.
Mhm.
Yeah. We're going to start with the youngest one first.
Who's that?
Shade Moss.
Bow Wow.
Yeah. Moss could be previously known as Little Bow Wow.
As a
Someone-
child, I watched like
Yeah.
Mike and I
Someone-
enjoyed
yeah.
it.
So someone said they got guns the size of Little Bow Wow. Remember that?
How do you bring it back to 50 Cent?
Okay, but yeah, he acted in Like Mike. Also, Maria's BKB family, you know they were the girls.
Yeah.
Byron! Yeah. Yeah, he acted
Tokyo
in
Drift as well.
Tokyo Drift, yeah. Tokyo
CSI
Drift.
Cyber.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Lottery Ticket, yeah.
That was a cool.
Allegiance.
Elegance.
Oh, sorry, Elegance.
No, it might be allegiance. I'm just talking nonsense. Two different things. I'm just talking nonsense.
No, because I believe you because you're a teacher.
Let me see what it is. Okay, I can see it.
Yeah. So that is the thing. And then we got one guy who was an actor turned rapper. When I'm talking about actor turned rapper, it's a Canadian rapper by the name of Drake. He started in what's the term the Krasi projects. There was few kiddie shows.
I
So
remember
it's
it, it sounds like that show that used to
it's
play
like-
on
it's-
SABC2.
he was like part of the Canadian version of the what group in the Disney man where Justin Timberlake and
Okay.
yeah they were so it's
But he's
some,
actually an actor turned mimic, not a rapper. He just mimics other people's styles and flows. And
He's an actor.
no
he's an actor turned actor.
no he's an actor turned rapper.
He's an actor portraying a rapper.
Yeah. And not a very good one at that anyway.
Okay, so anyway, because
Moving on.
moving forward, we're gonna go to Tej Parker.
Ludacris.
Ludacris, yeah.
He's radio show host turned rapper turned actor.
Yeah, yeah.
He started off as Chris Lava Lava.
He's a DJ, and then he went into the rapping, and then he went into he acted in others, Crash. So he played a part role in.
Remember the game called
Arsenal
Crash
Flow?
Bandicoot?
Yeah, he portrayed in Arsenal Flow. He portrayed a rapper in Arsenal Flow.
Now you know the rule we've had on the show when we spoke about Hustle and Flow.
Okay, yeah, you can just sing it. Sing along with
You
Chiki.
cannot say Hustle and Flow without singing. No, you mentioned it, so you
No,
sing it.
you sing it because the term is sing along with Chiki, ne? Not
So you
I
have to
didn't-
sing along with it.
Yes, I
Okay.
didn't mention Hustle
So
and Flow.
sing it.
No, you mentioned it, you sing it, I'll
I
jump
can't
in.
even remember what it is.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get this money for the rent, for the Cadillac and gas money spent. Will cause a whole lot of jumping ship. I
Okay.
bleeped myself.
Okay, so guys, in a lesson for you today. That's how you get Shiki to sing. Anyway, but we all know him as Tej Parker. He was part of the.
No one knows him as Tej Parker. Everyone knows him as Ludacris.
I know, everyone knows him Ludacris, but I'm saying Tej Parker from why I say Tej Parker because he plays in
Fast and
part in
Furious franchise.
Yeah. So he started in Fast and Furious, the second one, Fast and Furious 2.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Too Fast, Too Furious. Yeah, and then comes back in Fast 5. Yeah,
And his whole character changed between that time. He was just
Yeah.
a normal guy collecting
Street
money
hustler,
to
yeah.
Yeah, he was a
tech
hustler.
guy to a martial artist to everything.
So a guy
Yeah.
driving a guy in space.
Yeah.
But
He's done it all.
Yeah.
Ludacris, Chris
Right.
Lava Lava.
then we're gonna go into a guy that was in Fast and Furious 1, Charo.
Charo had a decent movie run as well.
Yeah, he was
Half
in,
Past Dead
He was
and
in
all
Half
that.
Past. Yeah, he was in Half Past Dead.
I'm in love with the church girl.
I'm in love with the church girl. I think that was later stages after 50 and M Killis musical.
Yeah, but I still
Yeah.
watched the movie.
Yeah, we also watched the movie. Yeah, so Charu was it wasn't supposed to be Ludacris on the Fast and Furious, the Too Fast, Too Furious. It was supposed to be Charu, but Charu at that time he was big, so he thought he went or he was on tour So he didn't want to stop a tour. So he said, no, let me focus on the tour and not do the movie.
He made a mistake, but he couldn't play that ludicrous role, man.
Yeah, it would have been.
All he could say was, Monica!
Yeah, and then we're gonna go into DMX. Yeah.
He had a good movie run as well.
Yeah.
Lot of
Cradle to the
movies.
Grave, Exit Wounds. He was in Belly.
Now, you know, the year that he dropped the 2 albums in 98 when it Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood and
Yeah.
Starkey's Hell, it's the same year Belly came out. So he had 2 #1 multi-platinum selling albums and a blockbuster, somewhat independent movie, a classic now, all in the same year, the year that he came out.
Yeah.
And he had a run of movies as well.
Yeah. Cradle to the Grave. And that was one.
Yeah, you say Exit Wounds.
Yeah, it was quite a few movies.
So on with the Leah, but he had a small role in there.
Yeah. Also in Belly was Nas.
But Nas hasn't done much acting apart from aside from Belly.
Yeah. And then we're gonna go through.
Let's be real, I'm a huge Nas fan. He didn't do good in that movie.
Okay. Is that all you want to say about Nas?
If we talk about rappers and actors, how does he fall in this? I'm not sure that bring Eminem and 50 Cent into every conversation.
Andre 3000 also acted in. I think it's in American Crime.
Oh, he did a lot
Four
of Brothers.
Four
I love
Brothers.
that movie.
There was 2 rappers that acted
and
in
his-
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch was in there.
Wait.
Got Mark
okay.
Wahlberg was in
Yeah,
there.
before Mark Wahlberg was before Mark Wahlberg was Mark. That's how he used to make the party start.
Yep, he was in there as well.
Yeah. So Andre 3000 also is he has a supporting role in High Life, right?
He's in quite a bit of things.
Then we have also a rapper that you may have forgot about, Exhibit. He played a part in 8 Mile. He's a recurring part in Hawaii 5-0 and Detroit 187, and we most likely know him from Pump My Ride. Then we have Raza.
The RZA.
Right? He
Founding
Ghost Dog.
member of Wu-Tang.
Founding member of Wu-Tang. He's an actor in Ghost Dog, writer and director of The Man with the Iron Fist.
Californication.
Yeah,
I think Brick Mansion.
He's an American gangster. Funny People.
And
The
he's
Dead Don't
behind the
Die.
scenes of a lot of stuff because they also got
Yeah.
the Wu-Tang series. It's his production. It's out.
And then there's
You can find it on Showmax.
there's
currently.
also a film called Coffee and Cigarettes. Yeah, so as we go to what was it?
Coffee and cigarettes.
American
It's a
Gangster.
combination to send you to the toilet.
Yeah. So as you say American Gangster, then let us speak about T.I. because T.I. also played a part in American Gangster. He was for Frank Lucas's nephew in American Gangster. Oh,
Thank you for breaking down the movie for us, Ari.
I have to.
But yeah,
T.I. has been in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he's in
and
Boss,
things
The
as
House
well.
of Lies. He's in
Yeah.
Ant-Man. He's in the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
He had
Get
his
Hard.
own. He had his own. Yeah, Get Hard.
Get
He had his
Hard.
own movie that he put out
The
on
Trap.
Netflix, which was.
The Trap.
T.I. has a lot more money than to put a low budget film out like that. I would just like to say that.
Right.
He had an
and-
80 million deal at one point in time. He could have used 10% of it and put out a better movie than that. The movie was garbage.
Okay, and then we're speaking about Yasin Bey, which is Mos Def. He's in projects like such as Dexter. Is his voice in the Boondocks, Talladega Nights. I think everybody watched the Italian Job. Yeah. Brilliant rapper. Also.
Brilliant actor. He
brilliant
takes his
actor.
craft seriously.
Yeah.
And for the people in South Africa, the man was here for years. He couldn't go back home. You couldn't throw him in Generations or something.
It's the episode of Isidingo.
Come on.
Yeah.
Man, he was here for years.
Yeah. Let's keep. Yeah. You're supposed to be. Let us keep it common. Yeah. Bring him here in.
Yeah.
Now speaking about common. Now that I use the word common. Let us speak about Common. Also, he also acted in American Gangster.
Now, he might look at the same as Mos Def. You know, the people that take their craft and their art really seriously, regardless of what they do. Both phenomenal MCs and take acting really serious.
Yeah. He was on a TV show Yellow on Wheels. He played a part in Selma.
Barbershop.
Yeah,
John
Barbershop.
John Wick, yeah.
Yeah.
I like this role.
Yeah.
He did another
In
movie
Se-
with
in-
Queen Latifah as
yeah,
well.
in the what's it called part in Selma, he won the Oscar for best original song. Alright, then we're gonna go to Eve.
EVE.
Yeah, because we
Get
spoke
your
about Barbershop.
get yourself a whistle in. Get yourself in. Get yourself a whistle in.
Sing along with Shiki.
Sing along with Shiki. Right. So yeah, so she a movie role included like in Barbershop as well. Whip It and Triple X. Right. Speaking of Barbershop and Triple X.
And she was in a movie that Charu was in also, The Cookout. Queen Latifah was in there as well.
Yeah. The cookout.
She had a small role there where she comes in and she gets the guy from, what is it, Megan Good. Was there? Watch The Cookout. She comes at the end.
Okay. Isn't the cookout about a basketball player?
Yes. Charul steals his shoes in that movie. Queen Latifah plays
Oh.
the security guard.
Oh yeah, Charles also there.
Eve has a
Yeah,
cameo
Charles
at the
already,
end
yeah.
as well.
Okay, I forgot about
And she
it.
had a series also.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was, the series
It was
was
called Eve.
called Eve, but her name
Yeah.
was Shelly in
Yeah,
the
you said
series.
that's why I heard it from. I was about to say I heard that she had a series.
Yeah, so
Again, the feeling of deja vu.
yeah. As you're speaking about Barbershop and Triple X, one of my top 5 rappers and actors, Ice Cube. Yeah.
Ice Cube is
Top 5 what?
Rappers and actors.
He's one of your top 5 rappers and actors.
The rappers and actors based on him being a rapper, turning an actor, and
Choose your other 4.
other forms. I say my other form.
Say your other.
Slim Shady, Eminem, Marshall
You can't, you
Mathers.
got one movie.
No,
you
I can't.
be
I
in
can't.
this
I
festival.
can't. I can't say that. I would say LL Cool J.
Okay.
Right. So we spoke about LL and his. So for me I think is touch side is as close to Will Smith, meaning in acting.
Ice Cube might be there, just touching about, because
Yeah.
he's also his own production and
Yeah.
all that. He got Cube Vision, he does his own movie, puts a lot of comedians on. So Ice Cube might be right there teetering.
Yeah, and
I
then
don't know if teetering is the right word, but it felt right.
Yeah,
in
so
in that context.
so that's for me my top 3. When it then Queen Latifah. Okay, you have to mention Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah also.
Shout out to old Queen Latifah. Tiny.
Okay, and then Queen Latifah. What movies, man? She was
I'm
she
not
was also in
off.
Triple X.
Set It
She was in
Off,
she was also
Triple
in
X,
Barbershop,
Taxi.
Taxi, the one with Steve Martin.
Bringing Down the House.
Bob's
that us.
favorite movie.
Yeah, because the line that we first I still everyone Babs uses it now. The cool points out the window and you got me all twisted up in the game.
And then also last holiday.
First holiday.
Set It Off.
Set It Up also.
Yeah, and then okay, everybody knows Will Smith.
How you never mentioned Method Man in this list? That we
Yeah, I'm
went
coming to that.
through? He's in like 17 series.
Yeah. So then we got Will Smith. We all know Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I don't think you have to run through Will Smith's list. People know Will
People
Smith.
know, yeah. But the interesting fact.
50 Cent.
No, 50 Cent. Power, but interesting fact on the Fresh Prince,
A
right?
short backstory.
A short backstory on the Fresh Prince. Do you know MC Shane was supposed to play the part of Fresh Prince?
That wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, but Wacho Cook actually went to MC Shane, and just then I think a day after that, Will Smith. Yeah, so that's rapper stunt. So did I forget?
We left a lot out.
Oh, Method Man.
Method Man is cool.
Yes.
He did a lot of movies in series.
50 Cent, with Power, with Get Rich or Die Trying.
No, his filmography, just Google his filmography. It is way deeper and way bigger than we think.
Yeah.
And all those movies, he was with like huge stars. Like,
Yeah. All Things Fall Apart, where he loses weight and everything. I like that movie.
and he's like producer of like 50,000 shows right now.
Yeah.
And how could you leave out the D.O.G.?
I was
Snoop
coming.
Dogg.
I was coming to
I
the
don't regard him as an actor. He plays himself.
Yeah.
In everything.
But he's played himself in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
the only time he didn't play himself was in the Soul Plane.
That was still him.
That was him.
When I say him, I don't mean he's playing Snoop Dogg. I mean the character
Yeah.
is basically like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, okay. There was one where he was a doll. We actually was like a. It was one where he was a
Bones.
ghost. He was a ghost, yeah.
And then you also Dre. Can't forget Dre. Dre's also
Oh,
been
Maybe
yeah.
like 2-3 movies.
Yeah, in the
Lots
wash.
of- The Wash.
Wash.
Training Day.
Training Day.
You like in 1 or 2 movies don't really
Yeah.
make you an actor.
Mhm.
It's like if you shave someone's head one time and you're a barber.
No, you just can't cut it. That's all.
So that's what I'm saying. You in 1 or 2 stuff don't make you an actor.
Right. So yeah, that was rapper.
And granted, there is a lot more that we probably didn't mention because 1, we didn't think
never-
about them, and 2, we did no
We
research.
never even really get into Ice Cube. Ice Cube has got a lot of movies.
Yeah, and he produces his own movies. We said that.
Yeah,
we
like the
watched
name
video
of the
Ice Cube. Did we
movies.
say Ice Cube?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did like
You
3
did
times.
mention, we mentioned Ice Cube like
But movies.
after.
Clearly, you said you had don't listen.
Yeah. Because I still said barber shop and we still said yeah. Yeah, that is rappers, third actors. Oh yeah, I forgot the game. Where's Tip?
Again, if you cut hair once, does it make you a barber? He was in 1 or 2 movies. That won't make him an actor.
2 movies, the other movie I can't even remember.
See my point?
Tyrese, not a rapper.
That is
No.
not a rapper.
Yeah, so that is rappers turned actors.
Harry Styles, you forgot about him. He's a rapper turned actor.
Yeah, he's in a movie that's coming soon called Run for Your Life.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm.
But they cut your scene.
They cut the scene. I'm I'm waiting. There's other project that will come. Just keeping it on.
Yes,
the low.
Harry Styles is in my top
Keep it on a low,
38.
Keep it on a low, please. Until
Are you
it
on the
comes.
download?
Yeah. All right.
He's in a movie that you'll find on some sites that if you're under 18, you should not search.
No. That is.
He has a remote.
That's the money. Don't let it fool you. Okay. Anyway, let's move forward, please.
Okay, please.
Moving on up to the east side. I think that's the lyrics.
Okay, so today our focus artist is called D1, also known as by his government
So
name
Is D1 or D1?
D.
D.
D-double-E 1.
Government name is David Arnold Augustine Jr.
Ooh,
I'll also go with D1.
you went with D-Money.
Yeah, so he's from Louisiana, New Orleans. He's been a rapper from 2008 till present, in the hip hop and Christian hip hop genre. A little bit about him. He began rapping while he was in college. And then he started like teaching. He was a math teacher. And then that was like by 2018. Then he released his mixtapes. It was 3 mixtapes. It's only the beginning. Still we rise, and I am who I am.
Beginning or Beninging?
Okay, in South Africa you say the beginning, but here it says the beginning. Yeah.
So his first studio album was called David and Goliath, which was released in 2009, as well as.
Ari acted. He made a video for it, and Ari acted as David.
And then he also performed alongside and like was touring with some like artists such as Lil Wayne, Lupa Fiasco, Drake, Trey Songz, Akon, The Roots, Maya, The Clips, Music Soul Child, Fat Joe, Little Boosie, Juvenile aka Felon, and Big Boy.
In Big Crit.
Yeah, and then anything else? Oh yeah,
in,
so
in 2010?
basically that's when he rose to fame, or like he got majority of the spotlight was on one of the songs which was named J50 and Wheezy.
Yeah. And in 2010 also he was named Artist of the Year at the NOLA Underground Hip Hop Awards.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. So yeah, in 2010 also he released his 4th mixtape, I Hope They Hear Me, Volume 1. Then because it received positive attention, he made Volume 1.5, right? Then after that he released I Hope They Hear Me, Volume 2. So I don't know why they do 1.5 and
That's an
2.
EP. The 1.5 is like a prelude to the album to build up momentum.
Yeah, and then he also has a song which you are gonna play in a few moments with Manny Fresh. Right? I think Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh was the producer for Cash Money.
For Cash Money, yeah. So he produced that song. I just can't remember the name of the song.
It's called The One That Got
Produced
Away.
a lot.
Yeah, the one that got away. Yeah, that's it.
This is the name of the song that got away?
Yeah.
It's the one that got away.
It's the one
The
that
word got away from the head.
Yeah, the one that got away. It wasn't part of God. It wasn't part of God plan for me to remember. Anyway, yeah, that is for me that is D1.
Okay, guys, so now we passing the mic over to the man next to me here.
Ka-ching, ching, ching. Dum, dum,
It's the
dum.
sound of a casino paying out money. Why would
Yeah.
you say that?
Because it's in my head. But sometimes when sounds that come in my head, I just have to take it out.
You have to vocalize it.
You have to vocalize it. Right? It's this past week in hip hop history. November 2002, Fat Joe releases Loyalty. That is his 5th album. November
Since
96.
we call him juvenile fella now because he's old, should we still be calling Fat Joe Fat Joe? He's not
yeah.
so fat anymore.
We
No,
just
he's
call
still
him Joe.
No, now he's Plumpy, so you call him Plumpy Joe.
Yeah, because you can't call him Joe because he's an R&B singer.
And it actually no Joe. You're gonna say which Joe?
Yeah, no, you can't go down
Joe.
Yeah,
that
no.
rabbit hole.
No, leave Fat Joe, yes, Fat Joe. Then November 96, Lil Kim releases her debut album Hardcore. Right.
Can we call Lil Kim now because she's not so little?
Okay, we can just call her Kim. But then after that, everyone's gonna get angry. It's gonna attack her.
She found a way to bring it back around.
On saying I spoke about Eminem. In November 2004, Eminem releases his 5th album, Encore. In November 96, Eminem releases his debut album, Infinite.
Yeah, technically his debut, not his major debut, but
Yeah,
his debut.
his debut album. That's how come it's
Independent
fi-
debut.
That's how come when I said Encore 5th album, because I counted
From the
Infinite.
Slim Shady LP.
No, from the Infinite.
Okay, I know it is because that's why he got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because you have to be a certain amount of years since your first project comes out. And then you only become eligible to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So they counted from the Infinite.
Infinite.
That's why it made him eligible this year.
Yeah, yeah, because of the Infinite. Yeah, it was actually an album. November 2010, J. Cole releases his 3rd mixtape, Friday Night Lights. November 96, Snoop Dogg releases The Dog Father. That is his 2nd album after Doggy Style. November 2002, Jay-Z releases his 7th album, Blueprint 2. November 91, Tupac releases his debut album, Tupacalypse Now. November 13, 2004, ODB passes
Yeah,
away.
you almost said the full name.
Yeah. November 14, 1964, Rev Run was born.
Rev Run, one of Run DMC, we've spoken
Yeah.
him extensively on the show.
November 14th, 1977. You don't want to mess with Obi Trice was born. November 2003, G Unit releases Beg for Mercy.
The same day as the Blueprint album came out.
No, that's 2003.
Oh,
I think it's
Yeah,
the,
Beg for Mercy and the Black
the
album.
Black
came out
Album, yeah.
The same time,
Okay,
yeah.
so let me do that, the Black Album, because I was coming to that.
Yeah.
November 2003, the Black Album is released. November 2000, Prodigy releases his debut album, HNIC. November 95, The Far Side releases Lab Cabin California. That is the
Since you
second
spoke
album.
about Eminem, that's one of the groups he came up with before he blew up with.
Okay. November 2006, The Game releases The Doctor's Advocate. That is the second album.
Where he's crying on the whole album.
No, he cried in what Buster.
The song with Buster, yeah.
Not the whole album, just
Yeah,
that
he
song.
cries on it. I was...
It's a dope album, by the way.
I'm surprised you're actually
Yeah.
saying that.
No, I like the game up until
Now you don't like his music. you
No,
don't like-
I like it. I like his music. I just don't like him anymore. He's on my shady list. November 1986, Beastie Boys releases License to Ill. That is their debut album.
somehow I wanted to mention something about the album cover, but I'm not going to give Ari the satisfaction.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. What's it called? The Kamikaze album that came out, that surprise album in 2018.
Paying homage to the
Paying homage to this album, yeah.
I think Ari has an unhealthy obsession. with
Yeah,
Eminem.
it's not unhealthy.
We have to kick you off.
Yeah,
off count.
15 November 1967, E40 was born. 15 November 1968, ODB was born.
You said that.
No, I said on the 13th of November he passed away.
So couldn't you just couple that together and say that in one segment?
Born and died.
Yes.
No, 14 to the 15th.
You gotta just say that together.
Because I had other days on the 14th, speaking on the 14th. Right?
Does
November.
Eminem would have put the day you was born, the day you was
Yeah, I will give you a short
registered,
backstory, yeah. November 94, Method Man releases Tikel.
Methical or Tikel.
Tikel, right? That is debut album. November 99, Raekwon releases Immobilarity, sorry, his second album. In November 2004, MF Doom releases Food, or it's MM Food. But it's the way it is like food.
That's what it probably is.
Yeah. November 1993, Queen Latifah releases Black Rain, that is her third album. November 2001, The Wash is released. That Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg with a little cameo from
I'm not answering that question.
Eminem.
I am not going to feed into your obsession.
November
It's
99.
unhealthy. Like we
November
guys really
99.
help for Ari.
November 99, Corrupt releases Streets is a Mother. That is his second album. November 99, Dr. Dre releases 2001, the album. November 1985, LL Cool
Go
J.
back to the game, right? He says, 2001, I came out of that coma. Around the same time, Dre dropped 2001. It's not factual, he dropped it in 99.
99, yeah.
Can him just be saying stuff to say things sometimes?
So he needs to be checked. And he will be checked. November 1985, LL Cool J releases Radio. That is his debut album. 18th November 1977, Fabulous was born.
FABLOUS.
Yeah. And that was it for this past week in hip hop history.
Anywho, we hope you enjoyed the show. I am Shiki of the Turntable on Active FM. Far radio was never beter nie.
Alright guys, so we're gonna leave you with a verse which comes from Proverbs 17 verse 17. A friend loves at all times and a brother is born for a time of adversity. And then we're gonna end it off with one more song. So hope you enjoyed it. And the song is called Lights in the City by Tadashi.